Hello, friends, family, Facebook friends. My name's Jim, or James White, and I just want to make a short, hopefully short, statement of my own observations and understanding that the United States of America is and should always be under this Constitution a Christian nation. A Christian nation, not a Muslim nation, not a Hindu nation. And this is not to disrespect the former residents of the Native Americans. I don't know much about their religions, but this Constitution that we live under, in this First Amendment freedom of religion, was created to provide freedom of religion without being persecuted or, you know, in any way being prevented from being able to worship Jesus Christ and God the Father in the way that, well, I'm going to say it, Protestant believers would have, and the people that died for the faith, like well, I'm not going to use names, but the martyrs that I'm going to say it, the Catholic Church killed to try to prevent protesting, illegal and corrupt religious practices in the Catholic Church. I'm not talking about Catholics today. I mean, I don't support Catholicism, but there's a lot of people that put their faith in Jesus in the Catholic Church that might probably have come to know Jesus Christ, as we who are born again understand. But let's get back to the point. I remember watching a video that was spooky. It had President Obama on a podium. Now, I don't know if he looked kind of young. It could have been when he was a senator of Illinois. I'm not sure when the time happened. But he turns his head to the left, looks at the camera spookily, like an antichrist, and says, "We are no longer a Christian nation." That was his statement. And as we all know now, he's a Muslim. He brought the Muslim Brotherhood into his executive branch to serve in the executive branch with him. If that doesn't tell you right there that he's trying to bring other religions and use the First Amendment to support that all religions should have that freedom in this country. No, only Christianity should have the freedom of religion in this country. Because here's my point. I'm going to finally get to it. When we created our Constitution in the United States of America, ratified, I think, 1987, we only had Christian religions. There were no Muslims. There might have been atheists, of course, but there were no Hindus, no religions of Confucianism, or what is the one in Japan I'm trying to think of. I took world religion, so I know it's there. It's just I can't get it out of my head. But none of these world religions outside of Christianity were in this country unless they were privately. If they were small groups that weren't even identified. Everyone believed in Jesus Christ, and they wanted to get away from tyrannical control that would prevent them from worshiping Jesus and God in the way that they understood they should. So that's what freedom of religion protects. It protects for Christians to be able to worship God and Jesus in the way that they're supposed to. And I want to say that I started out taking a history course at UTSA that was American religions. It was a great course, but I had too many courses lined up, and I had to drop it. I had to make room for. I had to make sure I could be able to finish all the courses and get good grades. But I stayed in the class for a week, and I remember going through the first part of America in that book, and I still have that book in a storage unit somewhere. I want to read it. I've been planning on reading it. And I don't remember it talking about any other religions except Christianity. But I will read the book one day and then hopefully get back on here and talk about it and correct myself if I'm wrong. But I don't believe there were any religions being protected except Christianity and, of course, Protestant Christianity. I don't think there were any Catholics in the colonies. It wasn't until Irishmen and, other former Anglo-Europeans came to the United States that Catholicism was brought into this nation. But we're now living in a world where they're trying to keep that from being recognized. And that's why I'm here. Want to have everyone know that we are a Christian nation. We aren't a Muslim nation. The Constitution can never be a Muslim constitution. We know that. They have their own Sharia law. That's what they are sworn to follow. We're sworn to follow the Ten Commandments. But we are Americans, so we have our Constitution, which has that First Amendment to protect our religious freedom. We have the right to bear arms in the Second Amendment. And that is to protect against a tyrannical government trying to take away the First Amendment or any other Bill of Rights amendment or even just the Constitution itself. What do we say in the military? I, so-and-so, swear to take this oath to defend the Constitution against all enemies, foreign and domestic. We have a lot of domestic enemies in our country right now. We should be shooting the hell out of them. Excuse my French, but we should be. We should be bearing arms against them right now. I'm not going to name names. I'm just going to imagine it in my own personal vendetta of wanting to get rid of the problems that are enemies of the Constitution of the United States. Just remember, all you people that are born again in Jesus Christ, God bless you for making that decision. Your First Amendment of your Constitution is to protect you and only you for freedom of religion. Muslims are not protected. Hindus are not protected. I don't hate these people. I know Catholics, I mean, that's what they've chose. That's what they were raised in. That's what they were taught to practice. We're taught to teach them the truth. We're taught to spread the gospel. How many of us are really doing it? I just don't think we know how to spread the gospel to people that are dogmatic in believing in Brahman and Shinto. That's the religion of Japan. That's where they believe in ancestors. They worship ancestors. Jesus is my ancestor. Amen. God bless you all. Thank you if you're listening to this. Thanks for having the patience to listen to me. Amen.